Hello. Today I will be giving a presentation on the great American holiday of Thanksgiving. I've prepared a handout along with an activity to complete after my speech. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take a moment to look it over and then I will begin.
This is very nice. You did a good job with it. I love it.
From the great tasting food to the family fellowship, to all the fall decorations that you can imagine, these are all aspects of the great American holiday, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday because it brings families together to give thanks for all the blessings that they have received all year long. Americans celebrate Thanksgiving with many traditions and many different types of food. But do we all realize what the true meaning of Thanksgiving is? Or do we simply get caught up in all of the hustle and bustle of baking the pies and cooking the turkey? I don't know. Thanksgiving has a rich history that adds context to its understanding. It has many traditional dishes that are prepared each and every year. And it has a religious aspect that not many people know about. The historical aspect of Thanksgiving broadens our understanding of this holiday and what it really means to our rich American history. To begin, the Pilgrims were a group of people in England that did not want to follow the Church of England's ways. So, when James I declared that everyone in England would go under the Church of England with their religious ways, the Pilgrims protested. So, they were led by William Brewster and John Robinson to Holland, where they could worship freely. They lived in a place called Leiden, Amsterdam, and they resided there for 10 years. After 10 years, their small children began to adapt to the Dutch ways and were abandoning their English ways, which did not make their parents very happy, because even though they rebelled against the Church of England, they were still very much English, and they did not want their children to grow up Dutch. So, to avoid that dilemma, they decided to flee Holland to make sure that their children do not abandon their English ways. So they boarded a ship called the Speedwell that would meet up with the Mayflower in Southampton, England, and they would sail across the Atlantic Ocean together to come to the new land of North America. Well, the Speedwell had problems along the way, and it took over 6 weeks just to leave England in search of this new land. So, the solution, after 4 attempts to leave England, both ships sailed north toward Plymouth, England, and the passengers, or the Pilgrims, from the Speedwell boarded the Mayflower and sailed across the Atlantic Ocean together to the new land. Once they were here, they actually boarded at the wrong place. They wanted to unload at Virginia, but instead they unloaded at Massachusetts in the Wampanoag territory. The Wampanoag Indians lived in this territory long before So, they welcomed them in, and the leader of that group was Squanto, and he was their translator. Well, they lived here for about a year, and the first Thanksgiving was a celebration of all the harvest of that year. And they celebrated it together. Well, as you know, there are many foods that are traditional. There's a turkey, cranberry sauce, corn. I'm sure most of these were used at this celebration as well. The religious aspect of this holiday is that these people were fleeing England for their religious freedom that they were searching for in Holland, and when that did not work out, they eventually came to our beloved United States of America to find that freedom. These people only wanted one thing. They wanted to worship their God freely. So, even though there's these traditional foods and all this hustle and bustle that goes with this holiday, we should remember that the true meaning of this holiday is that a group of people from England wanted to find their religious freedom and came to all these places to find it and found it here in our small country. Thank you.